Again, this weekend, we go from the number 13 team in the country to the number 8 team in the country. Team that's averaging 35 points a game, 472 yards total offense. A defense that's very aggressive and very athletic. So we need to make sure that we have a good week of practice, get everything down, and just go out there and play consistent on Saturday night. So like I said, we're looking forward to the opportunity. We're looking forward to getting better, and hopefully that'll take place this week and then on Saturday night.
Randy, the lack of carries by DJ Adams, is that a performance issue? Is it a behavior issue? Is it all the above? Is it none of the above?
It's just a decision that we as coaches feel that we have some other backs who deserve the carries that they're getting. Based on performance on the field and based on our evaluation, at the running back position.
Coach, at the quarterback position, do you expect the competition between CJ and Danny to be a week-by-week thing, or do you really want to find that one guy and stick with him from here on out?
Well, we're very fortunate that we have two outstanding quarterbacks here on our campus, and the thing is that it's great to have that kind of depth at that position, and you like to have that at every position. And so again, we're just going to evaluate the quarterback position just like we do every other position. And what we'll do is we'll evaluate it, and then come Saturday night we'll make a determination of who's going to be our starter this week, and we'll go from there. So again, that might help us from the standpoint Clemson might not know who to prepare for.
Coach, what have you seen from people? I mean, he's going to start on Saturday.
Well, Pete, steps in for Andy Ganella. As a matter of fact, he'll be here today. I just spent some time in the office with him, but we expect Pete to go in and play as good or better than Andy.
Hey, Randy, AJ Francis, at least a couple weeks ago, it maybe fallen a little on the depth chart, and then came back. Had a good game against Shorter Tech. What had he done in the last couple of weeks to kind of elevate himself, and what did he do particularly well on Saturday, and what are you hoping he does from here on out?
Yeah, I thought he played better, and again, I think the biggest thing is he went and you could see him in terms of the way he was practicing that that he was going to probably play better in the game because he was practicing better. And but like I said, yeah, he played well, and now what he has to continue to do is continue to work to continue to get his game to a higher level.
Noticed that Gary's moved up to the booth rather than on the field. What kind of led to that decision, and just what sort of dynamic is in play there with him being up top rather than on the field?
Well, I just felt that it would be better for him to be up in the in the box, and we went that way the week before. Just from the standpoint, I thought it would be easier for him to see everything that he needed to see, and get him off the sideline. Where sometimes it can be, especially at home, it's very crowded down there, and it's hard to move around and everything else. But really, just so he can see everything a little bit better, and take everything in, and just have a lot more room to himself up there.
Coach, you talked a little bit Sunday about the play of Volano, but that one particular game, but has he been great for you all season, and what makes him as good as he is?
Well, I tell you, I've never seen a performance like that out of a defensive lineman against a triple option. And what makes Joe so good is just his, how do I want to say it? It's the intensity and the love of the game. He loves to compete. He loves to work. And he's got a motor that really runs. And you know, he's made great improvement since the beginning of the year, and he's really taken to the techniques and the coaching, you know, that Coach Gattuso, you know, is given him, and he's also really done a great job as a captain, you know, as a leader. But Joe's just one of those guys, and you know, that just plays hard, you know, plays hard, gives everything. The statement that we talk about all the time: play every play like it's the last play you're ever going to play. You know, that's Joe Villano.
Coach Taj Boyd, just talk about what his strengths. How does he compare to some of the other quarterbacks you guys have faced?
He's very athletic and you know, a really good thrower. You know, you watch him on film. He's getting rid of the ball very quickly. You know, getting it out to the people that he's supposed to. Been very, very impressed. You know, watching him on film. You know, can run the ball. You know, is throwing the ball really well, and is playing at a high level.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, Coach, I know it's early, and I know coaches like to focus one game at a time, but is it fair to say that there may have been some things here that you didn't expect when you came into the situation? Is that fair?
I think all those things have been addressed. I would really just think that my whole focus is on Clemson. Trying to get our team ready, and that's all I'm really worried about, is just Clemson. And you know, instead of coming close against a, you know, top 20, top 16 team, you know, I just want to get a win against one of those teams that are in the top, you know, 15, top 10. So that's all my focus and attention is.
Can you talk about Canella's season-ending injury?
Well, you know what? I'd rather have Andy talk about that later when he gets here. I mean, he's here. The thing that I'll talk about is just that, you know, we're going to miss him. You know, we're going to miss him on the field. I mean, just sitting there today, just spending, you know, 5-8 minutes with him. I mean, it was just a joy. And those are the things that a lot of people don't get to see. But when you get a chance to sit in there, and granted his career for right now is over, but his whole attitude and you know, what he represents and what he stands for and how he plays the game, how he approaches life, you know, that's a joy for me. That just brings a smile to my face. You know, here's a guy comes into the office and, you know, he's ready to go play right now. You know, he comes in on crutches and he's got the knee brace on, his legs all swelled up, and you know, he's told me a story that, you know, he wouldn't let him put him under until he found out the final score of the game. You know, and here's a guy that's, you know, had the injury that he had. Man, I tell you, that's you know, that's what you want as a leader and as a captain and you know, somebody that's and he's going to be missed. You know, he's going to be missed, and now it's up to all of us to pick up the slack. You know, but you know, he's going to be with us all the time, and you know, be there and still be a, you know, an inspirational leader, a vocal leader for us. But I'll let you talk to him about all those things. And I'm just glad to have him back. He got back last night. You know, he's got some surgery that's going to be ahead of him here. But again, he's a very, very special young man, in my opinion.
Randy, all the freshmen, there are a lot of them that are playing well on defense. Could you run through some of their development, Rowson, Hill, Bowers, LA, what you've liked from each of those guys so far? Well,
I think collectively, Eric, the thing that I've liked is they've gone out and competed. You know, I haven't seen guys that are tentative. You know, and as you would expect, you know, with some young guys just playing for the first time, there's been some mistakes. But the thing is that I see they're going full speed, and they're not getting flustered. They're not getting flustered if they make a mistake. I think they've learned and they've grasped about, hey, just play that one play, and when that's over, move on to the next one. You know, like I said, I've just been impressed with just, you know, how they've gone out there and competed. I mean, another guy that you didn't mention, I know, because we've had so many of them, but you know, another guy that I was impressed with Alex Twine. in terms of, what he did in that ballgame, against that type of an offense. So, like I said, I've just been pleased with, how they've approached practice, and then how they've approached the game. And, for Alex to go in, he had the thing, and this is the thing, guys, is that, I'm trying to, make sure that, all of us understand, I'm talking about our players and everything, is that, if you're a backup, you have to be ready to go, because you never know if somebody's going to get injured. Like Pete White, he had no idea that was going to happen to Andy Cannella, but he's got to be ready to go. Alex Twine was a backup to me, and he goes down, so he's got to go right in there in the second half. But because of how he practiced and how he prepared during the week, it didn't surprise me that he went out and played, as well as he did. And that's the whole, that's the whole mindset, the whole focus of things that we want to do. We want our guys to really work hard, because as a backup, you never know what's going to happen. And then when you get the opportunity, it's where, hey, the guy who's going in to replace somebody, we expect to play as good or better than the person they're replacing. And you get that kind of energy, and you get that kind of enthusiasm going. Now you just make yourself that much better.
Coach, there's been a lot of back and forth on whether Moedo will play this week. What you preparing for, anticipating?
Got to prepare that he's going to play, and that's all you can do. And then I think if you always look at that from that standpoint, then you don't get surprised.
Dave?
Coach, having two quarterbacks that can play, having two quarterbacks either of which can start, I'm sure this isn't the first time you've had a situation like this. How have you handled this situation in the past? How do you, as a head coach, not handle this in the best way when you get two guys who can play?
Well, you play the guy that you think gives you the best opportunity to win. It's not about the name on the back of the jersey that we don't have. It's about the name on the front of the jersey. It's about Maryland. Who gives us the best opportunity to win for that particular week in terms of who we're playing? Just like every other position, on the football team.
Over here, was wondering if there's, excuse me, any clarification on Kenny Tate's status, first of all, and second of all, I don't know how it works with someone like Cannella. Do you try and elect another captain, or does he remain a captain? I just don't know how that works.
Well, Kenny didn't play last week, and again, I just take the information given to me by our trainers, and we'll see how things transpire during the week, and then when we get to Thursday, we'll see where he's at after this week, and go from there, because I'm not the doctor. I just get the information from the trainers. No, we will not elect another captain. Andy, like I said, he's going to go on all the trips with us. He's going to be with us as much as he can. Now, he's not going to be on the sideline, during the game because of the injury that he has. But, we're going to, as long as the medical people allow us, then, he'll travel with us, and, he'll have his duties still as a captain. And I know this, he's not going to be a good guy to be around, because he wants to play and he's not going to be able to play. So, we'll have to control him a little bit.
Coach, during your first year on the job, you're in the midway point. How would you grade this season? Is this where you anticipated you guys would be, just from a football standpoint? I mean, going into the second half of the season, what do you guys need to do better?
Well, again, my own thoughts is, want to be undefeated. At this point in time, we're not. We're 2-3. And what we have to do, we just got to get it better in all phases. You see progression taking place. You see improvement taking place. But what we have to do, is we have to just continue to, work on those little things as we continue to go through the second half.
Straight down.